Good morning. Hello, it's me. Apologies for the lack of streams over the last week. Or rather, over last weekend. But I was depressed for reasons you could probably figure out. And I also came down with a cold. My brother, he's doing well. I got to meet up with him over the weekend. He's kind of expressed the same opinion that I did, which is when we asked each other how we were doing, we both just kind of looked at each other and went, yeah, we just kind of shrugged. But it was good to see him, and I'm making sure that I stay in contact with him because I love him, and if anything happened to him, I would kill everyone in this world and then myself. Forever. But yeah, on that note, hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Heavensward Reread. Not 100% sure how long this one's going to be today because we have a couple of mostly just kind of house cleaning issues to go through. Mainly, we are doing the Vath rank up quest because I have done enough quests to do that. And then additionally, patch 7.1 for this game just came out, which means they added new combat tutorials. So there's a chance we might do those, might as well do those on stream. I don't really feel like dedicating a video to them, and I would like to get them done now rather than later because they do give an item that makes leveling from 1 to 60 easier, which will be useful for me leveling all of the various classes that I must level. Let's see. What else should I bring up? That's about all I got. Yeah. I guess some other fun news. Over the weekend, I also picked up what is known as a Elgato Game Capture Neo, which I can use to capture footage from my Switch or my PS4 and stream it into OBS. This rules because it opens up far more streaming possibilities for games. The problem is, yeah, it's just named the cat. Yeah, that's right. The problem is that the way that our apartment is set up right now is not particularly conducive to being able to do that. I would need to do a lot of cable finagling and kind of moving things around to figure out where that would go. I like my TV that I would be playing the game on is nearby, which would mean I would also need to worry about audio from that. So it's a logistical thing. Something that I could maybe look into at some point over the next year or so. So I don't know. Look forward to that, I guess. Input flag is there, and going to the PC, would that be playable at all? I mean, well, the way that it works is there's no actual connection to controller from the Elgato. It's literally just HDMI. It's basically like an HDMI router, essentially. So the HDMI is routed from the console into the Elgato, which is then routed back into whatever you're playing it on. And then the Elgato is also plugged in via a USB-C to the computer. And then it just captures from there. So, insofar as I can tell, there is no input lag. But I also, again, my setup is not particularly conducive to testing that. I would need to do a little bit of shifting around in order to figure that out. But yeah, there you go. Also, the way that our opening song relates to our game today is that was Hair to the Dragonlands. Easily one of the best songs I've heard in Unicorn Overlord, which is a crowded field considering Unicorn Overlord's soundtrack. But I'm thinking you could just be essentially playing with OBS as the screen. Yeah, that's something I'm considering as a last resort if there's anything that I really want to play on the PS4 that isn't on a computer or on the Switch. Such as Unicorn Overlord. That might be a fun stream, even though I'm not very good at the game. Anyway, enough fucking around. Heir to the Dragonlands, Ishgard, Dravania, you could probably see the fucking connection. You can figure it. You guys are smart, probably. Anyway, let's jump into it. I could also play that copy of Saga Frontier you got me. Oh, I switched to the wrong thing. That's not the... We're not done. The stream might be short, but it's not that short. I mean, come on. Alright, so... also, just to because I have to point this out. So, VAF quests give, let's see, they give 70 reputation. You need 510 to rank up. Which means that there are still 2 quests that I have to turn in that I need, that if I turn them in now, I won't get reputation for them. And, on top of that, the amount of reputation that I got up to before this stream started was 490. So instead of getting 70 rep from turning in that last quest, I only got 20. Because whoever designed these numbers didn't do a very good job. No offense. But let's go ahead and do Adventurers Don't Get Cold Feet. The VAF Deft Arm looks to be in high spirits. It seems like it took days for the sun to set when I had no purpose. Now I barely notice until the braziers are lit. Our guild is so busy. Master is so generous to help us with our clients' tasks. After the guild was constructed, we did not know where to begin, but we watched you and we learned many things. They're designed in Fahrenheit, the game outputs Celsius. There you go. We traded for cannons with rewards we reaped for our colony's defense. Although they are not new, they should work well enough. But there is a problem. We have no fire sand to use them if they are needed. I sought to find the sulfur to make our own stock, but the One Mind has claimed all the deposits for themselves, and they guard them very fiercely. Very fiercely. I asked Marsachamp where else I could procure fire sand. He spoke of a group of fleshlings who say dragons for glory. Dragon Slayers. Good name. They live far in the south, in the lands the hunters call Korthus. Do you know of them? He said these Dragon Slayers use cannons much like ours, but bigger. Much bigger. Bigger cannons must mean lots of fire sand, yes? Will you come with me to speak with them? Sure. Thank you. This will not be a long journey for me. Very long. I must prepare. Let us meet on the edge of the forest. Alright, let's do it. And true to his word, he is going pretty far out. Oh yeah, also a fun story to tell. So when I went to the thing that I saw my brother at over the weekend, my grandma had a birthday party. And one thing some people may know about my family is that I have 6 million aunts and uncles, like just an insane amount of aunts and uncles. So this birthday party was also part open house, and it was held in the gymnasium of a school connected to a church. And it was filled up with people, like outright, like it was just full. It was a basketball court that it was in. But the weird thing about this basketball court is the floor was not like laminated isn't the right word, but like the polished kind of wood floor that you'd expect from a basketball court normally. It was carpeted. It was a carpeted basketball court. Isn't that fucking weird? And I talked to one of my cousins who, like, remembers playing, like, basketball in that school, and he was like, yeah, when we bounced the basketballs, they did not bounce. And so it's just like, why is it carpeted? It's not easier to clean, it's probably worse to clean, so why is it like that? So anyway, carpeted basketball court joins carpeted bathroom as a list of uncomfortable floor and room combinations.
I am nervous, Master. I've never traveled beyond the borders of the Hunter's camp. What awaits us in the south?
Cold.
These whispers. The One Mind.
Oh. Hey, man. Yeah, absolutely. One of the worst parts about the carpeted basketball court is that you don't get the like, the sound that I associate the most with basketball, even more so than like a bouncing basketball. The sound of like a sneaker impacting the ground and like the squeak that it makes when you turn your foot. You know, that's the sound of basketball to me. I don't know why, but like that's the one. Anyway, we fucking killed that guy. Hey man, how you doing?
Forgive me, Master. Their voices, they frighten me. My head aches. They drown out my own thoughts. I lose the will to move. No, it is no excuse. All adventurers face many trials. This is my own to overcome. We must press on to Korthus.
You do it, Vath Takua. Hey Montel, I see you're trying to figure out what that button does. Now I gotta ask. I ask this question anytime anybody presses that button. What do you think that button does? Just out of curiosity. Was hoping it was you doing it. Interesting. That's not what it does. The purpose of that button is just to see who would press it. So there you go.
What a beautiful land! Everything looks so clean, but my body shivers as if I had fallen in a river. To feel cold all of the time, what an unpleasant feeling. Yes, most unpleasant. Let us hurry and find the leader of these dragon slayers.
Now it's the Stream Unicorn Overlord button. Maybe. We'll get to it. I gotta beat the game first. I'm probably resolved to at least do the final mission pretty soon here, because I'm rapidly running out of money to force feed all of my units food so they become friends, so I can view all of the Rapport cutscenes. Because there's so fucking many of them, dude, and there's so many different character combinations. But Unicorn Overlord also is one of those, is a game that I would like to stream, but I also have some other things in mind that I would like to do. I'm not sure if I want to add it to the rotation of stuff we have going right now, because I mean we've still got plenty of Sam and Max to go and plenty of Overlord 2 to go as well. So I don't know. We'll figure it out.
An apprentice? Well, well, so where is this aspiring adventurer?
This is him.
By the fury, an enormous armored crab. I knew this day would come. 'Tis my reckoning for the many nights I buttered and supped upon its kin. No matter, I have no regrets. What a strange greeting. I am the Vath Deftarm, an adventurer who will perform any task you require. But I request fire sand as my reward.
I must be dreaming. A talking crab, and one requesting fire sand at that. You speak as if we have aught to spare. Yet, if this is a waking dream, then I might as well entertain this crab's offer. Slay the lesser dragons which plague our camp at present, and fire sand you shall have. There's little glory for us in slaying such frail fiends, yet you, as a greenhorn, might find it a suitable challenge.
But I have never killed a dragon before, even a small one.
You said you'd perform any task, did you not? I gave you my conditions. Go on, rid us of this dragon nuisance.
How about a bundle of sapling branches for arrow shafts instead? Surely you're in need of quality arrows to take care of your foes yourself.
We have no need for primitive sticks when we can procure the finest arrows from Ishgard. If you will not do as bade, then I have no use for you.
What should I do? I cannot kill a dragon. I could not even face the One Mind. Perhaps I cannot be useful after all.
That's not true. Stop being dramatic. That's a little too confrontational for you, for Rusha, but we'll do that one.
But he asks an impossible task. How is one of my size able to rid his camp of an entire horde of... But of course, Killing the dragons is beyond my skills, but driving them away is the Vath's specialty. Master, I have a plan. Could I ask you to prepare a fire outside of the camp? I will return once I have found the herbs that I need.
Herbs? For burning? I've heard tales of smoke screens used to keep dragons at bay, but never seen it done. I suppose you will need some firewood. If only you had some small child with you who's really good at collecting those. Oh, he just gives us the fire. I feel like you would maybe hold on to that a little bit more, but... Now I find myself wondering if enormous talking crabs taste the same as silent ones. Tastes like crab, talks like people. Sure, man. Alright. Chopped firewood. This wood has been dried and chopped and is ready to toss on a fire. Am I gonna have to right-click it again to light the fire? No, wow. Crazy. Where'd I get the rocks? Our scouts have spotted a group of lesser dragons approaching from beyond the ridge. Now then, where is that apprentice of yours? I don't know. Hey, buddy.
I found them! I found them! Set these withered herbs ablaze. It will create a thick smoke that offends the senses of dragons nearby. They will have no choice but to retreat.
This had better work. If I find you have wasted my time, I shall be most displeased. Hey man, to be fair, you came along here. You didn't have to show up.
See for yourself.
Stink cloud. Oh, I love those little dudes.
By the fury, it does work. The little bastards flitted away with their tails between their legs.
They very clearly did not.
My apologies for doubting you, adventurer. We shall take as many herbs as you can offer, and you will receive due compensation, of course. Fire sand, was it? Yes, oh yes. It is my pleasure to serve. If you have other tasks for us, please send word to our guild. In the west.
You have a guild! Excellent, excellent. If it means that the convictors will be spared of their time to concentrate on the larger threats at hand, you can count on our patronage. Good job, buddy.
I am glad I did not give up, although it felt like slaying the dragons would be less work. My legs grew so cold in the snow, I feared they may freeze and snap. Ugh, let us return home. I must speak with the storyteller about our new client.
Whoopee! Let's see if Jean Talot has anything else to say. Oh, he does.
It may take some convincing to get the convictors to accept the Vath's incense. Its smell is quite potent.
Mayhap if we place it near the latrines. I'm guessing, yeah, nobody else has anything particularly apparent to say. Oh well. I guess that makes sense. Alright, let's get back. There we go. Hello, storyteller.
The Deft Arm? He has not returned to the colony yet. He was not with you?
Uh-oh.
We wonder where he is. The Adventurers Guild requires his attention.
Okay, that's the same. Oh, there he is. He was literally just right there. Hey, man.
Forgive my lateness, Master. I was unsure of the path.
Strange? Oh, well. I'm sure it's fine. Out of curiosity, is that Hunter gonna show up at some point? Through here, maybe? Because I found that the guy who walks up to here does actually have some additional dialogue that pops up in a bubble. But
We have secured much fire sand for our cannons, much fire sand. The colony's defenses will be guaranteed as long as we maintain relations with the Dragon Slayers. How vast this world is, and I am hungry to see more of it. But for now, the guild needs tending. Our clients have many tasks for us. Until next time, Master.
bam. Big cannon. And the Chocobo is having a good time. The Convictors are now clients of the Adventurers Guild. How splendiferous. Dished up some Neapolitan ice cream? Hell yeah. Wait, what? Hold the fuck up. You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. I did not know that was a thing. So, genuine admission. When that thing popped up, it said, in order to undertake the next Allied Society main quest, you must first complete the main scenario quest, A Great New Nation. And I was like, what? When is that? And I looked it up. Level 58. It's when you unlock the next zone. Like, the second to last zone of the game is when the next one is available. So, I guess that means, it's gonna change my plans a little bit.
When I visit the Dragon Slayer camp, Jeantalot always calls me Crab. I thought this may be a sign of friendship, so I tried to give him a name too. When he called me a crab, I called him a yeti. He looked confused. Your kind is difficult to understand.
I'm guessing...
You saw it, yes? Hush, the Deft Arm will hear.
Whatever. Well, oh, brother. Yeah, that changes my plans a little bit, but we'll get to it. Hang on, I'm turning these in really quick. I'll be picking up... also, just again, to throw it out there, because I want to make sure people aren't confused by it, I will be reading every single tribe quest and its associated things in a video, a separate video, rather than here on stream, just so they're all in one nice collection. And I'm taking pictures and stuff, so I'll do that. I'll do these next 3 quests off stream. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's see. I don't remember how the fuck I access combat training. Here we go. All right. So, the 3 new things are Tactical Training Exercise 1, 2, and 3. So let's begin with this one. Welcome, Mr. Lorelei. This training exercise will have you carry out a variety of common evasive maneuvers. My agents here will serve as your opponent. Try to get a sense of her oncoming attacks and handle them accordingly. Take your starting position when you are ready to begin. As you doubtless know, no few magic strike a wide radius around a given target. The marker of such an attack will often look like this. If you sense that you've been marked, you do well to move away from your allies so they aren't caught in the blast. The danger is greater still if an ally is targeted at the same time. Stand too close to one another and you will suffer double the impact. Let the exercise begin. Right then, let's begin. Spread out! Bravo, Mr. Lorelei. Perfect. To start the next exercise, take your starting position. Okay. Oh, brother. Our next exercise features a strike so powerful it cannot be endured alone. Allow me to demonstrate its marker. Should the enemy perform such an attack, you and your allies must stand together in order to weather it. Upon sensing this marker, locate your target and make your way up there as quick as you can. Let the exercise begin. I gotta say, I'm so happy they added things like this. Because, group up! It is way too easy for Sprouts to get into this game and then suddenly encounter a thing like that, which blindsides them and then gets them killed. Among you adventurers, I'm given to understand these are known as stack markers. Rings odd to my ear, but I suppose it matters not. What the fuck would you call them if not stack marker? Huh? Next, we will handle a look at a lethal variety of attack that none but a tank can handle. Behold its marker. Remember, only the tank is equipped to survive a blow of this magnitude. Any other caught in the blast won't be left standing. So that means try and hit your healers with it as much as you can. Now for a proper demonstration. Everyone position yourself so the tank may shield against this strike alone. Let the exercise begin. You know, this almost feels like something that also would have been, look out, that would have been well served as, like, a multiplayer thing as well, honestly. Nice work. These attacks pack quite a punch. Should it fail to deal, you employ what abilities you have to lighten the damage. Should it fall to you to deal with that. Additionally, that's not the only type of marker that a tank buster does. I don't know if they're going to show the other ones, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Now, let us practice how to handle a more persistent threat. Take note of this marker. Is this going to be a following AoE? Wow, they're actually showing off fucking following AoEs. That's crazy. What will follow is a chain of attacks that chase you doggedly. You must stay on the move, all the while keeping away from your allies. Let the exercise begin. Damn! The craziest thing about this is, like, What's the first time a following marker shows up is, like, World of Darkness. Take it away from the group. Yep, I'm doing that. In fact, I'm gonna run it into my enemy. Get fucked, idiot. Spectacular work. With that, your basic training is complete. Now, come speak with me if you'd like to attempt my final challenge. Hello, sir. Now that you've learned the basics, it's time to put your knowledge to the test. Overcome this final challenge, and your training will be complete. Let's do it. We will now take the final, begin the final challenge. Once you are prepared, take your starting position. And I assume this is just going to be combining all of them. Yep. Allow me to test all that you have learned thus far. We're just going to do all of them in rapid succession. In this exercise, you will face a slew of different attacks, each of which you must deal with appropriately to minimize the harm you sustain. Let the exercise begin. Spread out, but mind your step. Yo, this fucking Agent of Trials mage is... Your grasp of combat tactics is commendable indeed, Mr. Slorelei. Thank you. I am a strategian. Hope you're warmed up. Over here. But yeah, this fucking Agent of Trials is really strong. Masterfully judged. You handled that flawlessly. What do you make of this? Let's split into two groups. Precisely what I had hoped to see. For the next exercise, you'll have to memorize the location of a series of portals and color-coded attacks traversing among them. And coordinate that with color-coded effects on yourself to avoid damage. That's right. This is actually much easier than other following AoEs, I will admit. Excellent. I'm pleased you took that lesson to heart. Yippee! You handled every last threat with finesse. It is with pleasure that I declare you have passed the challenge. That was kind of fun, actually. Well done, everybody. Few over at last. Copied that fight's mechanics in a fight in Diablo 4's expansion. It's a lot of fun there. Flawless tactics, everyone. I imagine, I don't know how much easier that is to do, I guess I don't know. Would that be easier to do in a game like Diablo where you have access to an isometric perspective? I don't know. Oh, here comes the hunter. Excellent. Shit. Do tell, we are eager to hear it. I think what he says is, I have information that might interest your guild. Or something along those lines. Darn it, I wasn't close enough to see it. Alright, fine. Floor markers. You don't have to concern yourself with spinning the camera around to figure out what's where. That must be nice. Alright. What fucking day is today, by the way? Is today Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday. Okay. Welcome, Mr. Sloreline. This training exercise will have you carry out a medley of cutting-edge tactical maneuvers. Oh boy, 7. My agent here will serve as your opponent, try to get a sense for oncoming attacks, and handle them accordingly. Take your starting position when you're ready to begin. First, let's discuss knockback attacks. The marker will look like this. As soon as you sense it, you will have but a few moments to position yourself before you are pushed a set distance from its point of impact. For this exercise, I have placed a ring of lightning ether around the arena. Your goal is to position yourself such that you won't be sent hurtling into it. Let the exercise begin. What happens if I arm's length it? Everyone gather at the point of impact. What if I do this? Perfect. Hold up, did they contextualize why they're able to teach you about the telegraphs? I mean, mostly what they've just said is, like, if you sense it. While we're at it, let's review a common variant. Take note of this marker, because wasn't it implied that telegraphs are echoes effects? Yes, that's what I believe, too. But also you could, I think also you could argue that it's like just a sense of danger. Unlike last time, I don't recommend you stand directly in the center of it, lest you receive a most painful blow to the skull. And so, once more, I challenge you to avoid being flung into the lightning. Where will you stand this time? One thing I will say about the Echo and its markers is, realistically speaking, the Echo is actually kind of common, realistically. Try to stand right at the edge. Yeah, I'm doing it. Woo! Bravo, Mr. Sloreloi. Yeah, I'm the coolest. Because, like, a lot of people potentially just, like, have minor versions of the Echo. It's just that we have the Echo and also the Blessing of Light. Before Midgard Stormer locked it. Next, we'll demonstrate a proximity attack. Its marker pulses outward, like so. With these, the closer you stand, the closer you are to the point of its impact, the greater damage you stand to take. Thus, whenever you see that ominous light pulsing along the ground, I advise you to distance yourself as much as possible. Let the exercise begin.
Right then, let's begin.
Look out! Ow. Barely a scratch, eh? Sometimes the simplest solution is to get the hells out of there, so to speak. Going over here again. Now, let's move on to tower tactics. This type of attack is one that must be endured rather than avoided. Oh, thank God they're fucking teaching people about towers. Good lord. See the tower marker? If no one stands inside to weaken its impact, the entire party will suffer a devastating blow. Therefore, one person must volunteer to take the tower, shielding the rest of the party from far greater casualties. Let the exercise begin. Okay, so who's actually going to do it? Is it going to be me, or can it be anybody? Oh, okay, there's 4. Let's each take command of a tower. Ow. Dickhead.
Excuse me, sorry.
Are they going to show the other type of tower now, the circle? Ice cream eated? Nice. Now let's cover a variant of the tower marker. Again, one of you will need to stand inside to protect the others. It's even using, like, the same model as the World of Darkness one. That's crazy. Lest you forget, if the tower goes unoccupied, the entire party will pay the price. It's not the exact... Well, no, sorry, it's not the exact one, but, you know. In this case, you must ensure you are standing within the bounds of the circle before the arcane orb strikes the ground. Actually, now that I think about it, no, it doesn't look anything like it. Fuck me, I'm kidding. I'm just a silly little goof.
I've got this one.
Glorp. Spectacular work. With that, your basic training is complete. Now come and speak with me if you'd like to attempt my final challenge. Now that you've learned the basics, it's time to put your knowledge to the test. Overcome this final challenge and your training will be complete. Yep, okay. Let's do it. Final challenge. Take your starting position. Alright.
Allow me to test all that you've learned so far.
For this exercise, you will face a slew of different attacks, each of which you must deal with appropriately to minimize the harm you sustain. Position yourselves carefully now. Once you've recovered, get to a tower quick. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, the question is, who's gonna go to what tower? Okay, I gotta go to this one. Got it. The one on the left is all yours. I could have actually just read that and it would have told me exactly which one to go to. We'll need to dodge both of these. You guys can actually go a little bit further back, you know, right? Precisely what I had hoped to see. One last push until the end. Okay, towers. How are you doing that? Take a tower, but watch your step. Ooh, this is a good fucking lesson right there. I'm pleased you took the lesson to heart. I did. Handled every last start with finesse. It is a pleasure that I declare you have passed the challenge. Yay! One more. Honestly, I'm stunned with how amazing this improvement is. Right? Considering, like... And not to... Oh, hey, look, the Convictor's here. Let's listen in, shall we? Your procurement of fire sand has arrived. The non-mind are grateful. Cool. Not to besmirch the previous Hall of the Novice things, but they were all fairly basic things. So it is really nice to see stuff like this, you know? Alright, last one, here we go. Welcome, Mr. Lorelei. In this training exercise, we'll help you carry out even more advanced tactical maneuvers. My agent here will serve as your opponent. Try to get a sense for her oncoming attacks and handle them accordingly. Fun fact, there's no mention of multi-stack markers in any of this, but the fucking Alexander certain number of players stack is in the text tutorial menu. Like, enumeration? That's very funny. For your first exercise, allow me to demonstrate the proximity tether. Ooh, tethers, okay. This marker looks like this. Did they at least teach you that 1 is arbitrarily not a prime number? No. I think that only comes up in like 2 fights. When entangled with one of these, to remain near the enemy is to risk suffering a painful strike. Instead, use what precious few moments you have to retreat until the tether's magics weaken. You don't even have to do math for the prime numbers thing. It's literally written down in a thing before the fight starts. You just have to read. And even I, somebody who loves that fight and loves that dungeon, or that raid, every time before that fight starts, I read that note to remind myself. What the hell is reading? I don't know, man. We don't do it here in this stream. That's a bomb. Before we move on, there's another type of tether attack I wish to cover. Take note of this marker. We just reread. Right, yes, that's correct. Unlike proximity tethers, these can be intercepted at will, allowing you to sustain a blow on another's behalf. Oh yeah, it's Eat the Rich Astrologian, that's right. I can't believe they put you in this game. For this exercise, let's suppose your enemy intends to detonate a bomb. To prevent a lethal explosion, your only recourse is to shield the bomb yourself. My body is a shield. the Yu-Gi-Oh card. Grab that tether. Why can't you fucking grab that tether, huh? That wasn't all that great of a ball of fire, actually. Kind of mid-ball. Next, I will teach you how to defend against a gaze attack. Behold its marker. I'm literally already looking the right direction, too. Isn't that crazy? When this spell is cast, all those facing its direction will suffer some manner of unpleasant effect. In this case, petrification. Fortunately, the solution is simple. You need but turn away from the enemy to neutralize its effects entirely. Let the exercise begin. Quickly, avert your eyes. Damn, I'm so good at this. I'm literally just on my phone right now. To start the next, why am I reading that? Okay, fine, I will play. And if you're monk, you can use gaze to avoid gaze attack avoidance to trigger Haymaker. Oh wait. For your next exercise, let us defect status effects such as poison or paralysis, and more importantly, the curing thereof. Oh no, I've been bound. While there are still many varieties of combat ailments, a fair few can be swiftly relieved by Esuna, a spell that is now instant cast as of 7.1. But this exercise lets you evade an attack as soon as Esuna has done its job. I'm holding down the move forward button. Any minute now, Chief. Allow me to cleanse you. Look at that motherfucker, he still has a cast time. Spectacular work. With that, your basic training is complete. Now, come speak with me if you'd like to attempt my final challenge. Yes, the healer does cast Esuna. And they make you fucking wait for it, too. I think Nico is actually, secretly this, this healer, because they really make you fucking wait. Little frightening. Yep, final challenge. Here we go. We'll now take the final challenge. I don't know why I keep reading that instinctively as it comes up, because I think it's going to be something different, but it clearly isn't. I want to test what you've learned so far. This exercise, slew of different attacks, each of which you must deal appropriately to minimize harm you sustain. Do it. Do it big. Oh, I gotta go over here. My favorite thing about this so far is part of the like, thing has just been, here's what these markers mean, now also deal with AoEs at the same time. I hope you're warmed up. Let's each handle one bomb apiece. Masterfully judged, you handled that flawlessly. What do you make of this? It's an AoE marker. Watch your step, but keep your back turned. Precisely what I'd hope to see. One last push until the end. Whoop! Worry not, I can cure you. Do it for himself next? Nope, never mind. I wonder if you're a healer, do you have to do the Esuna-ing? I'm pleased you took the lesson to heart. And that's it. Right? Yeah, neutralized every threat with practice precision. Needless to say, you passed my final challenge with flying colors. Don't know winning on tank. Had to take the tank buster when he did that. Well, that makes sense. I could have done this on healer, but I didn't because I wanted to maximize XP gain. Because I'm cool like that. Anyway, cool ring. Dope. Alright, we did it. Let's fucking move on with our lives, shall we? By that I mean, let's go to the churning mists. How much to teleport to the churning mists, Captain? 234 gil? Fuck that. I'm just gonna fly there. Be extremely funny if the guy casting all those AoEs is a blue mage who just hates everything about this being the only way he can make a living. Hey, you know. It's not like they let blue mages do actual jobs, I guess. Also, if I said I was working on the blue mage quests and gathering the abilities, I would be lying. I have not been doing that. I am still planning on doing it eventually, but it's one of those things that just like, if I really want to do it, I need to get people together for it, and I just haven't found the time or the patience to sit down and do it. Like, because what I really want right now, what I really need to do is power level to get it up to a high level, so I can also get some stuff myself. But that is not currently available to me. Convinced a friend of mine to join 14 in RFC now. Lazo and his friend is Bujinki. Be friendly. Okay, I'm always friendly, I think. Thou art known to me, mortal. Take me up, chief. Alright. Also, I started down there so we could see that dialogue of what happens when you have the dragon take you up to the thing. Because there's dialogue. I planned that. Alright, hey everybody. How can one not be moved by such a breathtaking sight? As these places far from the barren mountaintop I had pictured in my mind. Well, Dragoon, do you believe these ruins were also built by heretics to deceive the faithful of Ishgard? Yes. Beyond the clouds, Alphanode ponders the means by which you might find Trace Velgar. Now that we have scaled the mountain, there remains the problem of finding Trace Velgar himself. What the fuck is that? What manner of creature is that? Hey, man. Ruja, do my eyes deceive me, or was that a Moogle? No, that was a Moogle. It was my understanding that they only dwelled in the Heavensward. I certainly never expected to see one in the churning mists. If the Moogle does live here, however, he may know where Trace Velgar makes his lair. Quickly now, before we lose the creature completely. Well, alright then. Let's do it. Hey, where are the ether currents? Oh, there's one this way. Excellent. Hello, FFXIV. Bah! He's gone. Ruja, we must widen our search. We? Damn. Look at this place. I think I can probably jump up to that, right? Fuck. Just imagine I got it on my first try. We did see a Moogle, did we not? Yep, we did. No sign of a Moogle in the area. Nearby air appears warped. You can sense that concealing magics are at work. Hey, buddy. Moogle, did you say? I am unfamiliar with the breed, but I shall search for one nonetheless. I see no evidence of this Moogle of yours. Are you certain it wasn't a trick of the light? Perhaps it was one of these strange plants shifting in the breeze. Fuck you. No, that was definitely a Moogle, bud. I think there's an aether current up here. Let's see if we can't garb it. Yep, there it is. Haha! Just sniff it all in. There we go. Delicious. It's just the same concealing magics line. Where's Zale? There she is. Where could he have gone? I have heard tales of these Moogles, but 'tis the first time I've ever laid eyes on one. They are rather adorable, aren't they? Why do you stare at me so? Can I not find a creature adorable? My heart is not truly made of ice. Let's see. What am I turning this in on? Probably Machinist, because it's the lowest, yeah. I'm sure I glimpsed the Moogle fleeing in this direction. Could he be concealing himself with magic? Mountaintop diplomacy. Alphanode seems convinced that the Moogles hold the key to finding Hraze Velger. And give me a moment while I checketh my notes to see if any of these items are things that we need. Because they very well could be. Yep, we need the Titanium Bastard Sword. I don't think we need any of the other ones, right? No, okay. Confound it! Could we but enlist the aid of one of the local Moogles, I am certain Hraze Velger would not elude us for long. So the eye enables me to sense the presence of dragons. I can only identify Nidhogg's with any certainty, which makes me fucking useless in this journey. We could wander the mist for days and not know if we are any closer to his brood brother. And those are days we cannot well afford to squander. Shall we divide our forces, then? Lady Zale, might I ask you to question any dragons who you judge it is safe to approach? I shall try. Yet I fear the influence of Nidhogg's rage will render most of the Dravanians in the area deaf to reason. And what of you, Master Alphanode? I have not given up hope on the Moogles. Ruja, come with me to Gridania. I mean to petition the aid of the Moogles' kin in the Twelveswood. After that business with Moggelmog, I dare say they will be glad to help us. Assuming you have no need of me, I shall remain here. Nidhogg senses both the loss of his consort and the coming of the Eye, and his attention is firmly fixed in this direction. I mean to do what I can to hold his gaze, in the hope that it might delay any action against Ishgard. I thank you, Estinian. Come then, Ruja, let us make haste for Gridania and rendezvous at Navaga's altar. Ah, but I neglected to tell you, there is an aetherite of ancient construction here, which should make the return journey rather less arduous. Pray, do not forget to use it. I already did that. Weeks ago. That being said, you should actually pay attention when he says that, because the first time I did this, I did not attune to that aetherite, and so I had to walk back. That was fun. I sincerely hope you have taken Master Alphanode's advice concerning the aetherite. You would not wish to miss this sport if Nidhogg deigned to visit us in your absence. And did I listen? No. Alright, well. As we all know, there's no expansion like Heavensward, because no expansion like Heavensward would get you into a new area and then immediately tell you, alright, now fuck off and go back to Gridania, you little fucker. Just nothing like it, baby. That doesn't count as my one being mean to Heavensward card, by the way, because I phrased it in a way that sounded good. You can't take it from me. Let's just check and see if Uzel is around here somewhere. I doubt it, but, you know. That looks pretty ominous over there. I feel like that's maybe where Nidhogg hangs out, and maybe that's where Hraesvelgr hangs out. Just based on, like, general imagery. Also, now that this is a level 54 quest, I think we are going to actually go to Camp Bronze Lake to do the next Scholar quest, just to knock that out of the park while we're here. Because we would probably do that at the start of next stream anyway, and I don't know how much actual story progress we're going to make today. Hello, Sulito. False friends. Surito Carito seems to be at wit's end.
I have worked day and night on the cure, yet I have little to show for it. My research is at a standstill for lack of information.
I feared as much. If ever men had knowledge of the sickness, it was lost long before this age. Even after careful study of the Nemean tablets, I still know little more than what you have told me, that it came from the sea.
From traders who returned from the South Seas, yes. They had lost their mainmast in a fearsome tempest and drifted victims of the current until at last they ran aground on a desert isle. Half dead, they stumbled ashore, would have perished but for the Lalafellan tribe that lived there. These natives nursed the traders back to health and helped mend their ship. They even sent our men home with an amphora etched with ornate designs, a gift of friendship. In Nim, we had given them the rights due to those lost at sea, and they sailed into a port a year after they had left. You can imagine how joyful the mood was. Their joy turned to horror. The traders began to grow ill, for the sickness was upon them. We transformed, and the rest, you know.
The story suggests the traders contracted the disease on the isle. The voyage home must have been... Hold on. These traders were hale and healthy once they returned to Nim. Yes, the sickness became known only after they reached port.
You mean to suggest that it was not the men who bore the disease? Then who or what? Something they carried, perhaps? Something like the islander's gift?
That does seem more like the likely culprit, but without the amphora, this is all conjectured, and I would be astounded if even a shard remains after 1,500 years.
As would I. It was placed on display in the royal halls for all to see. Only I had considered it a possible source.
The royal halls. I know exactly where those used to be. Precious little remains of them, but I will scour the area. And if Ruja joins me, mayhap we will be lucky. Okay.
The amphora was kept in the royal halls, which Alcazolca can pinpoint in the floating city. Unlikely though it may be, perhaps a piece of it remains.
Nah, I can just fucking fly there. It's fine. They gave us flying in a Realm Reborn for a reason. And it's because navigating these areas fucking sucks. Sometimes. Although, I would say it is at least better than an area that is not designed for walking at all. That's much worse. Come on. There we go. I'm not doing a very good job of, like, searching these ruins, honestly. I'm just kind of, like, looking. See no sign of the South Seas Amphora. But I do see a big guy. A Gabbro Golem, in fact. Oh shit, I forgot to talk to Alcazol. Hang on, can I do it now? Okay, I'll just read that now. I hope we have not come on a fool's errand, Ruja, but I see nothing to persuade me otherwise. Mayhap if you searched over there. I did it. And I got some mudstone. Cool. Get that shit out of here. Anything else to say about that? No. I love a good stretch. No sign of it, but there is a big-ass golem. As ever. Book. Oh, I didn't even get to hit him with my book. Yeah. Alright. You spot something half covered with soil, several yarms below you. Let's just preemptively put the fucking shield on me, because there's obviously going to be a fucking thing. That's a pop. Bedoso adherent. Good job, Egos. Dig out the empty amphora from the soil from where it lies. And we just go, we don't even tell Alcazolka that we found it. We're just like, nope, fuck you, buddy. Figure it out on your own. We'll talk to him anyway. Hey, bud. You actually found it! It's a miracle. But we must have Surlito Carlito authenticate it before growing too excited. Okay, so you can actually talk to him and tell him about it. Or you can just fucking leave and hope he figures it out. Ooh, oops. Hey, buddy. I beg your pardon. You found it. Intact. Yep. Empty amphora. As empty as the day it was made. Incredible. I remember this as though it was yesterday. This is the self-same amphora. Then it is truly an honest-to-God's miracle. Though it occurs to me now that we should handle it with a bit more care. Assuming it can turn us into tonberries. Oh yeah, maybe I should have thought about that before I fucking picked it up. Maybe it only works on Lalafels. I'm probably fine. Void Scent. That is what attempted to stop you from taking the amphora. The Void Scent are drawn to the magics of their own kind, which means a Void Scent of some strength was likely sealed herein. Yes, here, a binding sigil cut into the bottom. Dear gods, it cannot be! This is the work of Mahak!
Mahak, Mahak, beware the dark. Keep away or lose your heart. That Mahak?
An apt rhyme, doubtless inherited from the Nim. Mahak was our enemy, rapacious and unwise. Their magi trafficked with the void, grew mighty from shadows, and attacked our lands time and again. Look no further than this. Their sigil with seal the void sent into this gift. The islanders must have been their pawns in a plot to bring us to our knees. We were fools. Not once did we consider that everything from the Tempest to our trader's miraculous return might be a void mage ploy. I must return to my tomes. Pray, allow me time to research this, and please, tell me if you begin to transform.
Yeah, okay.
Hooray, everybody, we've upgraded, Ruin 2 or whatever into Broil 1. Except we've already learned Broil 2. So, nothing has actually changed all that much. But we'll have it in dungeons. So there you go. Now what the fuck do I do? Oh, right, I go to Gridania, obviously. I still got Aetheryte tickets. I'm good for it. Excuse me. Burping. Burping more. We gotta go to Nafka's altar. Jeez, over here. Alright. There he is. I sent word to the Elder Seedseer upon arriving in Gridania, and I am pleased to report he has agreed to grant us an audience. If anyone can help us contact the 12'swood Moogles, it is she. I mean, I can also literally just go talk to them. We're cool. You know? We are expected at the Lotus Stand. I trust you are familiar with the Conjurer stationed at its entrance? The Elder Seedseer will receive us at the Lotus Stand. I trust you are familiar with the Conjurer Yeah, I fucking know the guy. Hey, Lisa. How's the wife? The Elder Seedseer awaits you. Pray follow me. And she does well. Good. Good. I bid you welcome, friends. The Admiral spoke of having met with you, but 'tis no less of a relief to see you safe and hale with mine own eyes. We humbly thank you for agreeing to receive us upon such short notice, my lady, and for all you have done in our absence, would that it were solely to express our gratitude that we came to you this day. Alas, the tides of battle yet dictate our comings and goings. Elder Seedseer, we would beg your wisdom in a matter that may finally bring an end to the Dragon Song War. Speak on, friend. I see. So you seek a means to contact these Moogles of the Churning Mists. Kupo-popo! I say, Kupo! A beast. Greetings, Kuplakop. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? I was struck by the sudden urge to bring you some fruit, Connie, and I'm jolly glad I did. Tell me more about these Moogles in the sky, Kupo. I would gladly tell all I know, though it amounts to precious little. We encountered Moogle high in the clouds of Dravania, and hoped that you and your kin in the 12'swood might agree to facilitate a meeting. Pray, correct me if I'm mistaken, Kuplo, but there are legends, are there not, which speak of Moogles who dwell beyond the clouds? Indeed there are, Kupo. Long, long ago, back when the world was still young, they say my ancestors served the gods up in the heavens. Of course, that was before their masters took to bickering like spoiled children. Ah, yes, the tale of good King Mogglemog the 12th. He is revered for holding fast to a rope of miraculous length, that his subjects might climb down from the sky and escape to the world below. Ignoring the more fanciful aspects of the tale, it may well be that Kuplo's ancestors hailed from the Churning Mists. Given how long his kin have resided in the 12'swood, it is perfectly possible that details of their history have faded into myth. Indeed, Master Alphanode, such stories oft contain a measure of truth. 'Tis like that the Moogles of the Churning Mists tell similar tales of the world below. I can well imagine why the one you encountered fled at your approach. Oh, fleeing second nature to us. We often hide when the Elijah races come trampling through the forest. Of course, when there's one Moogle, there's bound to be more. Which is why I've decided to take a trip to the clouds, Kupo. They surely won't be afraid to talk to me. I was hoping you might say that, Master Kupo. You will accompany us then. Just you try and stop me, Kupo. I admit the thought of venturing outside the 12's Wood is a bit unsettling, but I can hardly refuse a chance to meet my distant cousins. If you will have me too, I too will accompany you on this venture and lend my voice to your cause as an ambassador of Gridania. They all look so fucking horrified. My lady, are you quite certain? How oft has our nation turned to the scions of the Seventh Dawn in its hour of need? How oft have we asked the Warrior of Light to risk her life to save our own? Hang on, let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 8 minimum times, I would say. Oh. Full many times I say to you, and never have they refused us. Thus do I choose this day to offer mine aid to our allies for the good of the realm. Is this not just? Yeah. They all snap to attention. Like, yep, sure thing, lady. A most unexpected and most welcome offer, Elder Seatseer. We would be honored by your presence. Is it true that the Elder Seedseer means to journey with you to Dravania? I shudder to think of the dangers. That's okay, we got her. Mr. Node? Pray, return to the summit and inform our companions of these developments. I will serve as the Elder Seedseer's guide on the journey back to Som All. It being a path I have already trodden, I do not anticipate any great difficulties. Besides, we shall have the Elder Seedseer's personal guard to escort us. It's the same line. Okay. And back we go. You know, I actually kind of thought there would be another small interlude here. I thought there was one, but I guess I just misremembered. That's fine, I guess. Anyway, back to Pog Home. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a bit that I've meant to be doing with Estinian this entire time that I just haven't been doing, so I'll just have to keep it up from here on out. Oh, Yzael's here too. Let's check in with her too. Northwest. Ah, Ruja, you've returned? How fared you in Gridania? Better than I hope. Race Felger's whereabouts yet elude me. Estinian, buddy! Well met, warrior of light. Nidog is not stirred, but he watches us, unblinking. The Elder Seedseer herself answers your call. Then there is naught to do but wait. I got that button basically expressly for this purpose. Ah, they are here, Ruja. Greetings, my friends. I am happy to report that our journey was mercifully uneventful, devoid as the road was of Dravanians. It would seem the dragons have abandoned Som All for the churning mists. Elder Seedseer, may I present to you Sir Estinian, Ishgard's Azure Dragoon. And also Ruja Lorelei, who also happens to be the Azure Dragoon, but don't worry about that. 'Tis an honor to meet you, Sir Estinian. I have heard many tales of your order's extraordinary skill and courage. Friends, I feel it is only right to inform you that we are not alone. The Moogles are all around us even as we speak, and I should imagine they are more than a little concerned by the horde of strangers that have descended upon their home. Mayhap now would be an opportune moment to introduce ourselves. Now here's the question. Should I continue to do the bit while voice Justinian is speaking? This should serve. They're hiding, of course, but there are so many of them, Kupo. I am Connie Senna. My companions and I have braved the long road from the Twelveswood to share words with you. On this, the occasion of our first meeting, we bring an offering of light and wind. What a weird sounding horn. Ooh, such a gentle and pleasing glow, Kupo. Is that the voice I want to use for this guy? Dear God.
I am Moglin, the chieftain of this Moogle clan.
Yeah, that's much better. Wow, he's fucking huge. Chieftain Moglin, it is an honor to meet you. Greetings, I am Kuplokop, ambassador of the Twelveswood Moogles.
A Moogle from the world below? Your hide is of a different hue, but that palm is unmistakable. I might need a moment here, Kupo.
My companions were no less surprised to learn of your existence here among the clouds. I hope they did not startle you overmuch in their eagerness to make your acquaintance. Full well can I imagine your wariness. I am told that men have not walked here in nigh on 1,000 winters. Mayhap you will forgive their forwardness when I unfold to you the grave matter which first brought them into your midst. My companions crave an audience with the great worm Hraesvelgr, that they might negotiate an end to the war twixt man and dragon.
An end to war, you say? I trust you, Connie Senna. The light of peace shines brightly within your soul. But I'm afraid the same cannot be said of your friends. To be plain, we don't hide ourselves because they were the first of your kind to be seen in 1,000 years. Well, not only because of that, we hid because we smelled dragon blood.
Everybody snaps to looking at Astinian.
These skies are home to many, many dragons. While some crave peace, such as Hraesvelgr, many others crave the opposite, such as Nidhogg. Suffice it to say, we are worried that the presence of your blood-spattered warrior friends will attract the attention of the nastier kind and invite destruction into our happier home.
I don't know why I look so angry.
Now, just a moment, Chieftain. Rouja here may have doled out the odd thrashing or two, but it's always been for a really good reason. And I don't really know who that other guy is, but he's French. She is a champion of the Twelveswood Moogles, and I'll not hear her good name slandered.
Now, Ambassador, let's not ruffle each other's fur. At least not on a first date. I shall of course take your testimony into consideration.
If I may, Chieftain, there is little room for trust twixt strangers. Might we not take this opportunity to learn more of each other?
An excellent suggestion, Kupo. In the interests of fostering friendship and keeping an eye on you, I extend to you the hospitality of Moghome. Prove yourselves worthy of our assistance, and it will be yours. I shall be watching, Kupo.
Yeah, alright. Where are we going? Just hang out?
I mean, I guess.
Alright, let's run around and talk to people. Oh my god, another big guy.
Are you surprised to see such a fierce-looking Moogle, Kupo? The Palm Guard must defend Chieftain Moglin and all of Moghome. Mind your manners in front of the Chieftain, and don't make him repeat himself.
Moghan.
If your tummy's gloopy or your wings are droopy, I have a potion to fix that.
Sure, whatever. Muddled Moogle.
As Maestro Mogwin finished his latest piece, I can hardly wait to see it, Kupo.
This guy appears to be dead.
If I could only eat in my sleep, Kupo.
Margaret and Mogomo. I have one of the most important and difficult jobs in Moghome, watering the flowers, Kupo. You can't put too much and you can't put too little. Truly, it is an art form. Have you ever seen such a splendid flower, Kupo? I water it every day. I can't wait to see it grow even more. I did not expect our travels to bring us to a Moogle village. I wonder if a similar settlement exists somewhere within the Twelveswood. It's possible. Hey, buddy.
The fury takes these ridiculous flying rodents.
He's just fucking far away from them as possible.
Have you come to admire my latest piece, Kupo? I've been attempting to capture in oils the essence of the humble Kupo nut, but inspiration is fleeting, especially when the rumble in my belly overpowers the passion in my heart. Just as their cousins in the Twelveswood, these Moghome Moogles excel in the manipulation of ether. There are few who could detect them if they chose not to be detected.
Warrior of Light, we have not spoken since the trouble with good King Mogglemog, and I would proffer my apologies. Had I not been bound by my duty to protect the elder seats here, I would have stood with you against your accusers in Ul'dah. I owe the elder Seatsia my life. My duty to protect her surpasses all other concerns. That's nice.
How exciting to have relatives in the clouds, Kupo!
Mogmug?
Go on, stare at me if you must, Kupo. I have grown accustomed to such gazes of unadulterated adoration. Creatures of my surpassing beauty are rare in the lands below, I should imagine.
You can't see it, but I'm actually, like, flipping my hair as I speak, as this guy.
Forgive me, Rusha, but mine efforts have all been in vain. As I feared, Nidhogg's rage drives his minions to attack me on sight. And the few who did deign speak fell silent at the name of Hraesvelgr. Wherefore I cannot say, yet I fear it bodes ill.
Zzz, Mog me nimble. Zzz. And Mog toe.
If you follow this path all the way to the top, you'll come out the summit of Samal. There's such a lovely view up there, Kupo.
I'm sure there will be more to talk to later. I don't think we can actually turn this one as machinist, though, right? Yep, not high enough level. Awesome. Astrologian it is.
Tell me, in the world down below, do all of your kind look so different from one another? Must be terribly disconcerting. What was it Kuplokop called you again?
Ruja Lorelei.
Ruja? Huh. Your names are as odd as your appearance. Have you ever considered a nice Moogle name? Moglin is taken, by the way, Kupo. As are Moghan, Mogmug, and Mogwin. These being the names of the 3 wise Moogles who will administer the momentous challenges that I have devised to measure your worth. I call them the Trials of Trustworthiness. Undertake these trials and we shall soon see whether or not you are worthy of our aid.
Titanium bastard sword. For real titanium bastards. That's gonna go right over here.
Ruja, I will not judge you by your curious name. What I will judge you by, however, is your performance during my trials of trustworthiness. Kupo.
Alright, well, before we accept these bullshit things, I'm gonna go take a piss, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's do this bullshit. Hello, Moghan. Moghan's trial. Time to check if any of these are things that I need. I don't think so, though, because these are all... No, I don't need any of these. Moghan's trial. Moghan would test your trustworthiness with a trial. Hello, yes, I am Moghan, foremost alchemist in Mogholm, if you must know. If your tummy's gloopy or your wings are droopy, I've got a potion to fix that. Or I would, if I didn't keep running out of ingredients. Luckily, you're here to do my trial. Yes, go forth, mighty adventurer, and mightily pluck 3 sprigs of cloud's breath for me. Find it blooming near the entrance to Isle Tome. It's not the safest of places, so don't let yourself get distracted by the pretty flowers, Kupo. Pick 3 sprigs of cloud's breath. That is your trial. Simple enough, Kupo. Just pay attention to the denizens near Isle Tome. They're not exactly, friendly. I don't suppose you guys have updated dialogue. No. Okay. Mogmug's trial. I don't think any of these are what I need, right? Let me just double check the longbow. That feels like something that might be used for carpenter. No. I need a dark chestnut rod. So that might be something I get from another one. Mogmug's trial, you would trust your trustworthiness with a trial.
Yes, you have the pleasure of speaking with Mogmug. I know, I'm the fluffiest, most enchanting creature you've ever laid eyes upon, Kupo. It isn't easy being this adorable. I can barely take a stroll outside without those relentless Dravanians throwing themselves at me. Why, they look as though they might gobble me right up. In any case, fleeing their overbearing adulation is growing a bit tiresome. Your trial, madam, is this. Find these ardent archaeosaurs and slap some manners into them, Kupo. Perhaps a firm smack on the snout will teach them to appreciate my charm from afar. These archaeosaurs need a good trouncing, I say. It's the only way they'll learn to respect my boundaries. I do appreciate my admirers, but enough is enough, Kupo. Consent is important.
Mogwin's trial. Dark chestnut rod. Is that what I need? Is that it? Yes, dark chestnut rod. That's another thing that I need. Excellent. But also... pretty sure... Yeah, it's just that. Mogwin would test your trustworthiness with a trial. Mogwin's the name and art's my game. When it comes to painting, there are none in Mogholm who can match my talent with a brush, Kupo. I know why you've come. Chieftain Mogwin has demanded that I test your trustworthiness. But as I trust no one to create art that will satisfy me, instead I charge you with retrieving a masterpiece I seem to have misplaced. It was an ambitious and innovative work, guaranteed to fetch at least 4 Kupo nuts on the open market. You must find it. Question the masses! Such a pebble painted with such vibrant color and unmistakable panache cannot have escaped the notice of every Moogle in Mogholm. You must find my painted pebble, Kupo. Art of this quality cannot be bought for any less than 4 Kupo nuts. Please speak with my fellow Moogles and track down my missing masterpiece. Okay. Sure. Mogwin is missing his masterpiece, Kupo. Oh, you mean that paint-smeared mess of a pebble? I've not seen it recently, a fact for which my eyes are profoundly grateful. Hi. Maestro Mogwin has misplaced his masterpiece, Kupo. Oh, happy day! If I am the swifter finding it, in finding it, I will soon have a genuine Mogwin for the price of little perspiration. Honestly, who has 4 Koopa nuts just lying around to spend on such luxuries? Ah, shit. Well. And Mogto.
I don't know much about the stone, but I do know Mogwin's been creeping out the back way to Sawmall Summit from time to time, Kupo. Maybe he left it up there.
Why do we have to go back to tell him that? We could just go look for it.
Well, what did you find out, Kupo?
Probably you left it somewhere, because you're an idiot.
Yes. Now that you mention it, I do seem to recall leaving my pebble out in the sun to dry. The second part of my trial commences. Go, adventurer, and retrieve my masterpiece before some art-starved admirer swipes the stone for himself. My pebble is somewhere out in the open air, open on Sawall Summit. Retrieve it for me, and I will put in a good word for you with the chieftain, Kupo. Nope, not that. Alright, up we go. I gotta say, I'm not looking forwards to the side quests that are going to come out of this. And how rapidly. There goes Dalen jumping off a cliff on his motorcycle. He's so cool. How does he do it? Mogglue, or Mogule. Mogholm is a wonderful place, but I like being under the sun so much, Kupo. Feeling the breeze on my palm and washing the sparkly stars is so relaxing. Sheer gusto. Wow. That's a lot of gusto. Must have put at least 30 points into gusto. Bog Mill. Hi. I'm gonna build the biggest collection of shiny landlord treasures any Moogle has ever seen, Kupo. And then I'll bask in the envy of everyone in Mogholm. Oh, there it is, painted stone. Moogle masterpiece acquired. Let's go check out the rest of this area and see if there's anybody else to talk to of interest. Yep, we have Mogzilla. No other place in Mogholm gets more nourishing sunlight, so this is the ideal place to grow Kupo trees, cloud mallows, and any other precious plants we want to protect from the brutish Skylords, Kupo. I think that's everything and everybody. Whee! Oof. How you doing, Alpha Node? Still the same, I guess. Hello. Do you have it, Kupo? Is my masterpiece safe? Yes, a Moogle masterpiece. An ordinary rock awash with extraordinary color. What that color represents, however, you cannot discern from any angle. Yes, this is my work. Is it not exquisite? I call it Contemplations of Zenith. Thank you, madam. Last time I can exchange my art for those delectable Kupo nuts. Chieftain Moglin will hear of this valorous deed. And I will take my dark chestnut rod. Thank you very much. Boop. Have you come to admire my, oh, that's the same line. And we've unlocked a side quest. How exciting. A dream blooms. Magomo is staring longingly into the distance. I've just heard the most amazing news, Kupo. Rare and fragrant flowers called hornblooms are blooming near the House of Letters. If you could go and pick the 3 for me, my gratitude would be yours. Flowers are more beautiful than any I've ever seen. If I had 3 of them, it would make me so happy. Who will rid me of this turbulent judge? What a weird thing for a Moogle to say. Anyway. Oh, also, here's Magi. Hello. Well, if it isn't one of the visitors from below, are you searching for something? If so, just ask. I pride myself on being the second most well-informed Moogle here, Kupo. What do you do here? Why, I'm in charge of guarding the entrance to Mogholm. If I see any of the many malicious monsters get too close, or anything that is even slightly out of the ordinary, it's my duty to report straight to Chieftain Moglin or the Palm Guard, Kupo. Of course, when something is amiss, a timely and detailed report is of the utmost importance, so focus and knowledge are necessary to be an excellent guard. That's why next to Chieftain Moglin, I'm the second most well-informed Moogle in all of Mogholm. If anything is troubling you, or if you have any questions, chances are I'll be able to help. We won't be running or hiding away anymore, Kupo. What kind of place is this?
As the name implies, Moghome is where us Moogles make our homes. It lies at the summit of the towering mountain Som All. Just how high is Som All, you ask? Well, if you must know, you're free to climb down yourself and see. Sometimes a distant dragon howl will awaken us in the night, or an impolite monster might chase us around, but besides that, I'd say we have it pretty good living here above the clouds, Kupo. That's nice. Mender of sticks, emptier of purses, and Mogsy. Continue down this road and you'll get to Asa. My friend Mogmont's guarding the entrance there. It takes a courageous palm to stand guard with all the Skylords about, Kupo. Alright, well, let's go kill some monsters. Like those two there. I'd like to see if I can collect that Cloud's Breath first. Let's see. There's one. Should be one more around here, perhaps further in. There's one. Alright, let's deal with the Archosaurs and keep going. You know, one thing I've never been 100% sure about with these guys, are they considered dragons or are they just scalekin? I'm sure I could probably look that up in one of my many Encyclopedias Eorzea, but I don't feel like doing that right now. I got shit to do. Like, find Hornbloom. I don't like that it's called that, I gotta say. Also, I bet this place is a lot prettier when it's not fucking cloudy and you can't see super far. And presumably some more side quests are going to pop out as soon as we turn in that those other two main quests, but we'll pick those up when we get there. Where the fuck's all the Hornbloom? There's one. Oh, who the fuck are you? Could they be coming from that thing's belly? Do you hear something coming from that creature's belly? I swear I could hear something, Kupo. Whole food. No, that frantic flurry of Kupos you heard is not your imagination, but the sound of an unlucky Moogle swallowed whole by Abelisk, a towering Archosaur with an insatiable appetite. Help slice open a path to freedom before the big lizard's bile does its work. No thanks. They can die. There is a Hornbloom in there, though, so I'll gotta get in there. last one. Excellent. Alright, back to Pog home we go. Fuck you, I'm just gonna teleport. I'm not interacting with your levels, Heavensward. You like my axe? You can't have it, Kupo. Fuck you. I don't need your axe, dickhead. Sorry, just knocking a few things off of my list here.
You've returned bathed in a floral scent, Kupo. Were you able to find 3 of the flowers?
Yep. Hornbloom. This beautiful flower blooms only once every spring. The rest of the year, the plant is considered one of the ugliest in all the land. Oh, that'll be funny.
You really have the eyes of a florist. As I'm sure you've gathered, these are far more precious than the other flowers you see dotting the landscape, as they only bloom so lovely once a year. I'll put my very best into making sure they stay healthy and robust. Don't tell anyone, but I'll be using these for my secret garden. When it's finally complete, you'll be the first one I invite, Kupo.
Thanks, but I really don't need to visit your secret garden. I've played Fate Extra CCC.
You were able to humble my Dravanian devotees. Welcome. You are as capable as I am captivating, Kupo. Still, my precious perfection does not excuse those louts from pursuing me so mercilessly, their tongues lolling and their bells rumbling. The Dravanians and their ilk have much to learn about acceptable acts of admiration.
And because I have already forgotten, no, I don't need any of these. So we will just take this. Yes. Oh, and now he has a quest. Awesome. A show of devotion. Mogbug is flitting about frantically looking for someone to do his bidding.
Oh, you've returned to bask in my alluring aura. One can never have too many devotees. Say, I have just the job for a fledgling fan, Kupo. I require 4 vines from the Sancchinis that reside north of Mogholm. An ardent admirer such as yourself will surely not deny me. I dare not soil my immaculately groomed coat. Bring me 4 Sancchini vines, and I'll be ever so grateful.
So exceedingly fluffy.
She's having a good time. I know that some of the dialogues update. Anyway.
Did you have any trouble finding Cloud's Breath? I do need it quite urgently, you know.
Cloud's Breath. Lack of imagination has led to most white flowers found growing in the skybound regions of Dravania and Abalathia to be named after clouds, this light-petaled specimen being no exception.
Oh yes, these are perfect, Kupo. Now I have the main ingredient for my palm tonic. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, miss? Should you ever feel your palm losing its bounce, then I'm your Moogle, Kupo.
Don't worry, my palms are perfectly... I'm not going to finish that thought. Hang on, actually, let me look at something. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. I have completed the Trials of Trustworthiness. Hooray! Now let's also double check and make sure everybody's dialogue has not upgraded. Also, we've got another quest over here. Mogret, the bathing bully. Mogret is in desperate need of a bath. Stinky.
Have you ever bathed in the waters to the northeast? Of course not, because a gang of burly Hropkins have been attacking any who goes near them, Kupo. If you were kind enough to slay a few, that might scare them away, giving me time for a dip in the waters.
Perky. Yes, that's the word.
Surely half-dragon, half-fish beasts don't need those waters like I do. Scare them away so I can finally get myself clean.
Hey, Poglin. Moglin's Judgment. Chieftain Moglin is ready to pass judgment on your trial performance.
Ruja, if that is what you insist on calling yourself, you have completed the trials of trustworthiness administered by the Taskmasters Moghan, Mogmug, and Mogwin. During these grueling tests of character, I have closely observed your conduct, as well as that of your companions. And I am decided, Kupo. Gather your friends before me now, so that I need not repeat myself needlessly. Not another word until you've summoned your companions, Kupo. I was quite serious about the not repeating myself part.
Yeah, whatever.
What sorcery is this? That my heart should stir at mere fluffiness.
Zale? Zale?
Ruja! I was... No matter, what is it? Chieftain Moglin has made his decision? Well, let us not keep him waiting then.
I wish she sprinted away. That would have been much funnier.
We've become such friends, Kupo. My Moogle cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. Chieftain Moglin has finally come to a decision then, has he? Well, I suppose I'd better flutter over and see him then. They had the Elder Seedseer scrubbing and sweeping. The Elder Seedseer!
Never imagined my duties would include tidying up falling leaves in a Moogle village beyond the clouds.
Standing here in Mogholm, my thoughts turn inevitably to the legend of good King Mogulmog the Twelfth and his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it no more than a myth, a story for younglings that grew with the telling. With every passing moment, I become more certain that we have discovered the origin of the tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain has to say.
Oh boy, you know Estinian is going to have some shit to say. Oh, hang on.
How go your trials, Warrior of Light?
I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Their chieftain was to avoid inflaming the Dravanians. Such contradictions aside, our host seems entranced by the heart of my leap. They compared me to Mog, a lance-wielding little warrior of El, who also favored such attacks. As meant as a compliment, I expect what I thought these furry lumps could take a cargo land, much as a dragon, a dragoon. Conclude your business here swiftly, Ruja. I like not this place. I'm getting a little too far in the weeds. I need to work on my horrible French accent while the music is playing, because I'm having trouble getting it for some reason.
Are these trials over then? My tasks have been little more than household chores. Our hosts elect not to grant their aid after working us like packed chocobos. I shall demand compensation in Kupo nuts out of principle. But I hope it will not come to that. Let us hear the chieftain's verdict, shall we?
Can we get a voiced cutscene, like, at all? That would be nice.
Never have I seen such determined workers, Kupo. It would have taken us moons to complete all these dreary chores and niggling errands.
Oh, so you just admit it then, huh?
And have our laborers proven the purity of our intentions, chieftain?
Without a doubt, in fact. In fact, there was never really all that much doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with a fellow Moogle. But you see, before any meeting with Race Felger could take place, certain preparations need to be made. What better way to help you pass the time than by having you perform all the tiresome tasks that no one ever wants to do, Kupo? Oh dear! The horn! Bring out the horn, quickly now!
How am I holding it like that? Come on, you can't push it down a little bit more? Whatever.
We blow on this wondrous instrument whenever we wish to speak with the Great Worm, Kupo. We, haven't perhaps been treating it with the care it deserves of late, and I think Moghan may have sat on it, so we needed some time for cleaning and polishing, and straightening. No lasting harm done, though. Now you simply need to head to for Zenith, the worm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot.
We are in your debt, chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall finally have a chance to plead our case to Hraesvelgr.
Very possibly, yes. But I wouldn't get my hopes up too high, Kupo. The old worm isn't terribly fond of,
Your concern is appreciated, but I am quite certain Hraesvelgr will welcome our overtures.
Should we ever arrive at his lair? Come, we have squandered enough time already.
She's so mad.
Chieftain Moglin, we thank you for your gracious hospitality. Though we must soon take our leave, I pray that we may continue to nurture the shoots of this new-sprung friendship twixt earth and sky.
Of course, Kupo. Visit us whenever you wish. Consider Mog home your home, amongst the clouds.
And that's it. We're done with the Moogles. Mostly.
Visit us whenever you wish, Kupo. Consider Mog home your home, amongst the clouds.
I already said that. Let's check in with everybody else, too, before anything else happens.
Well, that took rather longer than expected. We can ill afford any further delays. Hraesvelgr, at last we shall meet again. Oh, I have so many wonderful tales to tell my kinsmoogles back in the Twelveswood. The journey has provided us with an invaluable opportunity. We must cherish and strengthen the new bonds we have forged.
I kind of wish that Connie Senna had something to say about the chores, because I imagine for whatever reason in my head, she's like, you know, that was actually kind of fun to do stuff like that for a change, you know? I don't get to do stuff like that very often. And meanwhile, her fucking keepers are just like, I am so fucking mad that they are making her do this. I'm gonna kill them. And she's just like, yay, I get to sweep. This is fun. I don't get to do this often. But I don't know. Nope, that's the same guy. Hello.
Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I ever would have found time for all those rotten chores. Hey, it wasn't my idea. The chieftain had spent a little less time sitting about and a little more time chieftaining, things would have gotten done so messy in the first place. And he was the one who sat on the horn, by the way. But now all the errands are done and the horn is fixed, so all's well that ends well, eh, Kupo?
If you say so. Leaving Moghome. Moghan is ready to lead you out of Moghome.
Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Alphinote is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart.
No, I guess he's leading us. Alright, sure. I think that quest is up top, so let's run up and grab that, shall we? Here's Moglio. Now, if I'm correct in this, let me do a little research real quick to double check. I'm fairly certain. Yes. So, this quest right here, this one, A Pebble for Your Thoughts, is the first quest in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 quest long chain. Unmarked quest chain that unlocks the Moogle tribe quests. Let me say that again for you. This is the first quest in a unmarked 20 quest long chain that unlocks a tribe quest. Once again, I'm not using my Mean to Heavensward card, because that is just a statement of fact. And I don't think anybody would disagree that this is bullshit. And you know what, Otaku? I like that idea. We will do that. We're going to dedicate an entire stream, or at least a series of streams, to this quest line here. Because that's a lot of quests. And additionally, it also requires us to go back and forth from here to Ishgard. Let me just double check something here. Yeah, this is a quest line, by the way, that spans from level 54 to 56. That's so many. Oh, God, dude. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna dedicate probably just an entire stream to that once we've unlocked flying in this area. Which is gonna mean we're gonna come back after doing the dungeon. Essentially. Ugh. Alpha Node? To the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith, and I believe the Elder Seedseer and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think, not to convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways. Shall we? And by that I mean you. The Elder Seedseer and her retinue will soon be departing. Hello, Kani-sana. Thank you for your help in helping us meet these little fuckers.
Alpha Node Ruja, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these Mughals might never have been revealed to us.
'Tis we who should be thankful, Elder Seedseer. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would have never chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kublakop, that ultimately won us their trust. It must have taken great courage to leave the sanctuary of the Twelveswood, and we are exceedingly glad that you did. It was my pleasure, Kupo. I've made so many new friends and have so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsmoogle back home.
And it is to our home we must now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends.
Safe journey, Elder Seedseer. We too must be on our way. Hraesvelgr awaits. Are we all walking the same direction? This is kind of awkward.
Warrior of Light, pray attend closely your companion, Sir Estinian. Beneath the stoical facade, a storm of anguish seethes unseen.
Really? He seems pretty angry and anguished whenever we talk to him all the fucking time. It doesn't seem unseen. In fact, he could probably do with fucking hiding that shit a little better, so it didn't cause us so many problems. Genuinely, I don't think bringing Estinian with us has actually helped literally anything so far. Just pointing that out. Enough talk. Let us leave this risible place behind us. We have tarried over long. Let us forge ahead as swiftly as we may, lest Ishgard bear the brunt of the Horde's fury.
The closer we come to Hraesvelgr, the highest my spirits rise. But is it I who am elated, or Saint Shiva?
I don't fucking know.
Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are indeed ready to go.
Oh, and more quests have spawned. Wonderful. The road to Zenith. Let's see. Are any of these what we need? Titanium Cuirass of Maiming is one that we need. and then let me also check my other thing for my glamours. Nope. Okay, we're good. Road to Zenith. Moghan has volunteered to lead you to Zenith.
As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Grace Velger's attention. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big place where you'll need to blow the horn. First things first, though, we need to make for Asa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing, Koopa.
Yeah, I'm sure the umbral static thing is just totally normal. I think it's probably fine. I don't need to worry about it, right? Mogsy. Roadkill. Mogsy is gazing fearfully at the road to Asa.
You aren't thinking of heading towards Asa, are you? Best watch yourself if you are. The Occarosaurs stopped the road looking for an easy meal. Only someone could drive them away, Kupo. Oh, you seem the type for dragon hunting. Why don't you slay 3 of the Occarosaurs and open the road back up to Moogle traffic? Once the deed is done, let Mogmont and Asa know. Slaying a few of the Archaeosaurs might provide us with a bit of reprieve. Once you're done, inform Mogmont over in the fucking place or whatever. Yeah, you get the idea.
Bro, poison +1 damage. What the hell? You best not do it to me again. Thanks. One more. Alright, and then we go and find the Hrupkins. There they are up there. Excuse me. At what point should I end today? We've been going for about 2 hours or so. I think we can probably squeeze a little bit more out of this. What would be a good ending point, I wonder? I still have to eat dinner, and I'm hoping to actually make something. I'm gonna make myself some pasta tonight. And that's an all-night affair, you know? Can't just throw that together. That reminds me, I need to procure myself like some salt or something. I'd like to try putting some salt in with my spaghetti the next time I make it. See how I feel about that. I've never had salted spaghetti before. I'm curious what it tastes like. Oh, hang on. There we go. Hello, I did it.
Many thanks, brave adventurer. Finally, I can enjoy a bath without the smell of raw dragonfish assaulting my senses. Say, a dip in the waters might serve to freshen you up as well, Kupo.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, buddy?
My steadfast servant, supporter has returned. Did the Sancchinis prove to be any trouble, Kupo?
Sancchini vine. The thick, fibrous vine of a Sancchini. New roots have already begun to shoot forth from the exposed cut.
Magnificent, marvelous. Such beauteous vines almost make me green with envy. With these I'll make the most harmonious harp in Mogholm, and Moogles from moms around will be enraptured when I perform at the Harvest Fete. Or Fate, come and lend your voice to the cheers of my fabulous fans, Kupo.
No. I won't be doing that. I got a job, bro. I have a pretty good idea of where we can end stream, actually, now that I think about it. We'll leave the, let's say reveal of Hraesvelgr for the start of next time, is what we'll do. And we'll do the fucking 20 quest long chain. Oh shit, I actually shouldn't have done this as this class. Oh well. I'll probably be okay, maybe. Stop, leave me alone. There we go. Okay, now let's switch to the actual class. There we go. Two. And there we go. Oh wow, there's a raffle giveaway. Why don't you fuck off? Sorry, that was a little rude. Go away, please. I'm working here. Unless you're watching the stream, in which case, hi! Everybody who's at that raffle, you should watch my stream. Wait, hang on, should I... Guys, should I send a tell to them to watch the stream? Should I do it? Hang on. If even one person says yes in chat, I will do it. You're a bolder man than me if you do. Okay, but should I do it, though? Is the question. Because it would be very funny. If you're gonna just randomly advertise to me, then I feel like I should get to randomly advertise to you. That seems fair, right? Seems reasonable. Alright, you said yes, alright. Should I add a message like, join me and we'll see? Or should I just send the link? Awesome, cool. Fuck you! They sent their fucking thing to busy. Man, fuck you! Alright, well now I don't feel bad anymore. Very cool person sending random advertisements out to people. Why would you do... Well, I mean, I know why you would do that, so people don't text back to you and say, hey, stop fucking bothering me. Very fishy, in it? Yeah, it's true. Hang on. Oh, they're from fucking Primal. Of course they are.
The Sirius Raider Data Center.
Sirius Fisher Data Center. Join my 300-person raffle. Join my fucking 12-person stream. Or however many fucking people are here. I don't know. Hello, Mogment.
Is that someone from below? How did you get past the Archaeosaurs infesting the road?
Killed him.
What? Mogsy asked for you to slay them for him. It's just like him to depend on the kind of strangers. We've barely been able to venture outside of a saw for fear of being attacked. No thanks to you, the roads are just a little safer, Kupo. This is a saw, part of the Great Worm Race Velgar's domain. Nidhogg's meddlesome minions would like nothing more than burn it down to rubble, so I must always remain vigilant in my lookout duties, Kupo.
And tell me, buddy, what would you do would you encounter such beasts? Hmm? Is it perhaps nothing? I wonder. I feel like it might be nothing. Okay, so. And we have another town, I guess.
You're from the surface? You certainly didn't come here on account of the flowers, Kupo, so what brings one such as you to Asa?
What do you do here?
Why, I'm standing diligently in defense of Asa, Kupo. If any of those vicious dragons here to attack the Moogles residing here, I shall join the fight with all my might. I know what you're thinking. Then why are you flitting in the middle of the bridge away from danger, Kupo? And to that, I'd reply that this is the best place to be, for I can join the fray no matter which end the dragons attack from. What kind of place is this?
Muggles use this place to rest their tired wings. You see, Asa is right between Mogholm and Zenith, and no one can be expected to make that long journey in just one day. It's the perfect place for a nap or a few Kupo nuts. But the Muggles didn't build this place, or else it'd likely be much smaller. This bridge has been here for, well, much longer than I can imagine, Kupo. Who did build it remains a mystery to us. The great realm Heavensward has been alive for much longer than any of us. Surely he knows about this ancient place.
Great. Mogmum.
Flowers are one of the most precious things that grow here, Kupo. One day I want to grow a whole field of them and invite people from the surface to come gaze at their beauty.
Ow. Mogson, a member of the Hudson Construction Company.
When I see all the marvelous structures and glittering tools the landlords made, I can't help but want to know more about them, Kupo. God, I sure hope somebody would help me put this sign up. I don't understand why it won't fall, or why it keeps falling.
Oh. Well, you know what? That's on me. Zell? Hey?
Do you see that sculpture to the south and west of here? I'm all but certain it was carved in the likeness of Saint Shiva.
South and west. Oh, that one up there? Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
The histories make no reference to the existence of these ruins. Curious, most curious.
Never would I have believed that so much land above the clouds. Travalia is not as I imagined it.
Things are a wee bit bitey there for a while, but I think we've arrived in one piece, Kupo. I always wonder what the dragon's so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual.
Let's all turn to stare at Istinian. What's going on, buddy? Put that over here. Oh, okay. Waiting for the wind to change. Let's see. Who invited this guy, really? I do actually want this robe, I think. Yeah! Yeah, this is the one that I want. Okay. Waiting for the wind to change. Moghan seems fretful about the weather.
We may have a small problem, Kupo. When the winds are high like this, Race Velger invariably abandons his lofty perts and heads to the lands below to hunt. If you tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I'd suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down.
And more quests have appeared. Do we have time? Yeah, we can try and bang them out. Surely there won't be more that spawn as soon as we finish them. Something needs to change. Mogblunt is flapping his tired wings vigilantly.
Skylords of the north and south are in constant conflict. That is why one must ever remain ever vigilant, always on alert. I'm at my wit's end, Kupo. The Muggles here are in desperate need of relief. If you were to put in a pause to the dragons fighting by slaying a few, it's like to give us some breathing room, Kupo. It's impossible to be on guard all day, every day. Slay the dragons before we collapse from exhaustion. Sure.
Excuse me. I gotta go up. What do you sell, by the way? Sell low quality versions of things. Don't need that. I need high quality. fucking running out of inventory space for all the shit I'm storing for crafting and gathering. Let me also knock off that from my list here. Did I pick up... No, could have sworn I did. Oh well, that's fine. Where dragons tread. And I don't think any of these are what I want. Right? No. Boots. Got it. Okay. Where dragons tread. Mogmum looks so mad that his pom-pom is going to burst.
The flowers in this area are precious. Moogles come all this way from Moghome to catch a sniff. That's why we can't have monsters barging in and trampling all over them, Kupo. The, amphipoteers are the worst of the lot. Someone needs to do something about them. If you slay 3 of them, it might keep the beasts away for a while. Amphipoteers are stomping and chomping our precious flowers. Slay them and fucking kill them. Suck them off. Or whatever. Whee! Who's got the baskets? And we've got some titanium sabatons. Are any of these the ones that I want? No, I don't think so. But let's double check to be sure. Nope, I do need these. The Damelskin Leggings of Scouting. So we will grab that. Who's got the baskets? Mogson is gazing at the adventure with an awed expression.
Is that a creature from the surface? I was sure their existence was just the stuff of legends, Kupo. Never thought I'd see one in the flesh. But where was I? Oh yes. I was looking for 3 baskets I seem to have misplaced. Mayhaps I forgot them near the forearms. Now, where were those baskets? Last time I remember seeing them was where I was around forearms. My favorite Ben 10 alien. That's a lie. My favorite Ben 10 alien is not forearms. It's something else entirely. If you held a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you what it is, though.
Alright, let's kill these guys and hope that no quests spawn after we turn them in. That's all of those. Ooh, dragon blood. I do need that. As well as dragon scales. I also need that. 3, 1. Let me tell you, folks, keeping track of all of these items that I need for the various crafting is difficult. can, let's try up towards this way a little bit more. Okay, that's those ones done. Now these guys. Amphitheater skins. I need 15 of those. Wonderful. Oh, there's a woven basket there. Let's go ahead and kill this guy first. Two. One more. Perfect. Node. The fates make mock of us, to be so close. And now the very elements conspire to delay our meeting with Freysvelger. I must be patient. You can say when the weather will change. I have a mind to make, Count. Nope, stop. No French music right now.
This should do nicely, Kupo. The winds will have likely died down by tomorrow, but until then we might as well make ourselves comfortable.
If we must interrupt our journey so close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. Mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help to clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well, then. I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Corthus. Clear our minds. These Master Alphanel whose minds need clearing. The thought of the greeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. You see him stroll away as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts. Follow him, Rujat, and see that the wildlife does not make a meal of our young friend. We will have the camp ready by the time you return. Sure. Master Alpha's Archy's quest for firewood is like to get him killed. I suggest you follow after the boy and make sure that no harm comes to him. That's the same line as before.
You know, Stydian may not be as bad as he thought, Kupo. Under all those horrid spikes, he actually just has a soft spot for his companions. Just a small one, mind. Oh, and don't tell him I told you, alright?
Oh, there he is, right over there. Melia Matron. You can tell this one's the mom because it's got really long wings on its head. And because it's dead. Alright, let's go turn in these quests.
Where could those baskets be, Kupo? Do you have any idea?
Woven basket. Sealed with a lid woven from the same grass as the body, this basket contains several small items, indiscernible through the myriad holes in the weave.
My baskets! Did you actually go looking for them? The legends say nothing about creatures from the surface being so kind. Exploring the ruins of the landlords and collecting the treasures scattered about is a hobby of mine, but I never dreamt I'd actually meet someone from the surface. Could not hope to find an artifact even half as valuable as our meeting, Kupo.
And I said I needed the Damel skin leggings of scouting. Yes. Bam. Let's mark that off of my list. Kablamzo. Now, one unfortunate thing is I have already been gathering items in preparation for these quests, which means some of these items I may not end up needing, actually. But hey, what are you gonna do?
That'll teach those worms to come in our gardens, Kupo. You have my thanks, adventurer. It seems the roar of those dead worms sends the Skylord into a fury, but that doesn't mean they can just stamp around wherever they want. They really need to learn to respect our hard work.
And then I don't think I needed any of these, so we'll just do that. That reminds me. I should put this on. Hi, bud.
Now we can finally breathe without the dragons bothering us. Must be time to break out the wine, Kupo. Asa is the domain of Freysfelker, and we can't permit Nidhogg's menacing minions to encroach upon it. May you aid us again in our time of need.
Alright. There's not really any purpose in putting... Why would it tell me to put the Neophyte's ring on? I mean, I guess it's better than the Ironworks ring of casting, but whatever. Let's see, before we find where the other area is, let's also just check in with Alphanode real quick to see how he's doing. Leave the firewood to me. Oh wait, I need my carbon plate. Oops. There we go. There we go. I've prepared some things for a meal. It will be plain fare, but better than empty bellies. It's the same. I see I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Alphanode returns with the loot, we can see about supper. The
The Ice Queen has filled the pot with what looks like stew ingredients, ready for the fire.
Also, how's the volume on the French music, by the way? Is it drowning out my voice at all? This is a button that I have not really had the opportunity to test the volume of. A little bit? Okay, I'm gonna turn it down then. Why don't you take your fucking helmet off, Estinian? I took my glasses off, apparently. Ah, few things compare to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. Ah, so speaks the great explorer. Until recently, you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with a kindling and flint. 'Tis well you instructed me so patiently, then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to Izael with a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlian dignitary, and alongside my twin became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers, how ignorant of mine own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the Scions. We, all of us, are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men lay down their lives, never knowing what it is they fight for, never questioning which they have been taught to believe? It was only upon meeting Race Felger that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would have never have vowed to tear down the Holy See and expunge the falsehoods with which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. That the truth has driven me to do such terrible things I cannot deny, but I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous, perpetuating a needless war. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's convictions in the face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. You are well on your... wait, sorry. You are well on your way, Master Elfin. At your age I was but a fool, swinging a spear, with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions on which I have labored. Sitting here amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. The dog killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant of how the Dragon Song War began, but if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I can say for a certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. In my hands resides the power to vanquish the great world. If Ishkan's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself, orders or no.
Estinian, you gave your word.
My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Isant. Convince Race Velgor of the righteousness of your cause.
Doubt not, but that I shall, Dragoon. Well, winds willing, we shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now, and face our fate with the rising of the sun. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Alright, and that is where we are going to leave it for today, folks, because I want to go get myself some dinner, and I have other stuff that I want to do as well. I'm just going to go ahead and do some stuff here later. But, hey, in the meantime, thank you guys very much for joining me today on our wonderful French venture. We've all learned things today. And one of those things was that you can't continue the Vath quests until you've basically all but finished Heavensward's story, which is really cool. As I've mentioned before, I will continue to do those off-screen. I will continue to gather stuff for quests off-screen. And eventually we will return to the Churning Mists once we have access to flying in order to complete this long quest chain in order to unlock the Moogle tribe, in which case we will do the first couple of Moogle tribe quests and, go from there. But, with that said, I don't really have too much else to say. Next up, we'll be doing another ACAB stream, and then, depending upon whoever my next guest is going to be's availability, we will do the next 14 stream after that, and then Overlord, and then so on and so forth. So, until then, also, I apologize in advance for not doing more LEGO stuff. That's probably going to be coming up soon as well, probably on a less active stream day, so like Tuesday or Wednesday or something, I don't know, but you'll see. Well, I'll try and announce that ahead of time. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you all later.